भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददान्ति सुपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनि नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवयाल् भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दिनदारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरं योऽन्तःप्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसूक्तां सञ्जीवयति अखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्नाम् अन्यां च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणां नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं तमादिदेवं करुणानिधानं तमालवर्णं सुवितावतारम् अपार संसार समुद्र सेतुं भजामहे भागवत स्वरूपं परमानंद पाठाय प्रेमवर्षि अक्षराय ते सर्वदा सर्वसेव्याय श्रीकृष्णाय नमोऽस्तु मे। हरि ओम तत्सत्। हरे कृष्णा। Okay, so we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 1, Text 33. Nadyosya nadyo athathanuruhani mahiruha vishwatanor nrupedram ananda virya swasidam matarishwa gadirvaya karma guna pravaham. Rupi Shri Mataji and Prabhu.
हरे प्रभुजी
Hare Krishna.
नाद्योऽस्य नाद्योता अदतानुरुहानि महीरुहा विश्वतनोर्नृपेन्द्र अनन्दवीर्या स्वसितं मादरिष्वा गतिर्विहाय कर्मा गुणप्रवाहा।
Hare Krishna Prabhu. O
Hare
King,
Krishna.
the rivers are the veins of the gigantic body, the trees are the hair of his body, and the omnipotent air is his breath. The passing ages are his movements, and his activities are the reactions of the three modes of material nature.
Very good. O king, the rivers are the veins of the gigantic body, the trees are the hairs of his body, and the omnipotent air is his breath. Passing ages are his moments, and his activities are the reactions of the three modes of material nature. So this is a description of the Virat Rupa universal, the gigantic body of Supreme Personality of Godhead that Sukadeva Goswami is explaining it to Parikshit Maharaj. The personality of Godhead is not a dead stone, nor is he inactive, as is poorly thought by some schools. Now, when we say Shayanam, he is sleeping in deep slumber, transcendental nidra. So people think that he is not doing any activity. Okay, he is inactive, but he is creating billions and billions of universes in his sleeping. And in our sleeping, we are totally ignorant. We don't know what we are doing. We don't know even our existence in our sleeping. And whereas Supreme Personality of Godhead, in his sleep, he is creating such wonderful phenomenon, material universes. And people think that no, he's inactive. So as is poorly taught by some schools, he moves with the progress of time. So his moment is the passing of ages, as it is given in the translation. It's just little movement. So many yugas passes, isn't it? Not 1 or 2 minutes. So many yugas or kalpas passes. So just by his movement. So progress of time, and therefore he knows all about the past and future along with the present activities, because he is omniscient. He knows past, present, and future. Okay, he knows everything. There's nothing that's unknown to him. Everything he knows. There's nothing unknown to him. The conditioned souls are driven by the reactions of the modes of material nature, which are the activities of the Lord. Okay, as stated in the Bhagavad Gita 7.2, the modes of nature act under his direction only, and as such no natural functions are blind or automatic. Nothing happens by chance, nothing happens by accident. Okay, just like the Big Bang theory, some accident took place and so many universes came into existence. This are all humbug. Nothing, there is no truth in those statements, because as stated in Bhagavad Gita, what is that statement? Mayadhyakshena prakriti suyate characharam hetu nanena kaunteya jagad viparivartade. Under my supervision, this prakriti, nature, which is my own external energy, is working, and it is manifested and manifested at frequent interval. It's not a, it's by deliberation. It's not by chance. Everything as a system, it's programmed, it is planned, it works as supervised by him, as instructed by him to the external energy, that is the material nature. Okay, nothing is blind or automatic. The power behind the activities is the supervision of the Lord, that is Adhyaksha, my Adhyaksha, and thus the Lord is never inactive as is strongly conceived. The Vedas say that the Supreme Lord has nothing to do personally, as is always the case with the superiors, but everything is done by his direction. Just like as we always say, the prime minister or president doesn't personally go each and every department and oversee. Okay, his governance, the rules and regulations that he has laid down to supervise the different departments takes care automatically. Okay, so everything is done by his direction. Everything is laid down, the rules and regulation, everything is given by the top authority, the proprietor or the controller of this universe. So without his direction, not even a blade of grass moves. As it is said, not a blade of grass moves without his sanction. In the Brahma Samhita, it is said that all the universes and the heads of them, the Brahma, exist only for the duration of his breathing period. As we have studied in the Bhagavad Gita, that the duration of Brahma is just the breathing of Lord Mahavishnu. Just one exhalation, Brahma is created, and inhalation, Brahma is annihilated. So that is the duration of, and that duration is 311 trillion 40 billion years of our earthly calculation. Same is confirmed here. The air on which the universes and the planets within the universes exist is nothing but a bit of the breath of the unchallengeable Virat Purusha. Okay. See, we can't even conceive. He's so inconceivable, because only a person who has that consciousness can fathom that. Within our limited senses, within with our consciousness level, it is not possible. But still, Prabhupada is trying to make us understand to the extent possible. Okay, even Sukadeva Goswami is also trying to explain to Parishit Maharaj, and as Sukadeva Goswami is also explaining, it is next to impossible to give a complete description of this universe. It's not at all possible, but still, I will give, in a way that you can understand whatever possible by me. The material creation is so, it's so huge and so what you call uh, inconceivable for our limited senses. Nobody, even the Brahma, Lord Brahma, cannot explain that. So, what to speak of people like us? It's not possible. So, just to give us the great opulence of the Supreme Lord, He is giving this information to us. Okay. It is said that the universes and the heads of them, the Brahmas, exist only for the duration of his breathing period. Same is confirmed here. The air on which the universe and planets within the universes exist is nothing but a bit of the breath of the unchallengeable Virat Purusha. So even by studying the rivers, trees, air, and passing ages, one can conceive of the personality of Godhead without being misled by the formless conception of the Lord. In the Bhagavad Gita 12.5, it is stated that those who are much inclined to the formless conception of the Supreme Truth are more troubled than those who can intelligently conceive on the personal form. Lord Krishna in the 12th chapter very clearly says that, Arjuna is asking, which is the best, concentrating or meditating on the form, on your form, or impersonal form or impersonal Brahman. So he's telling it is very difficult to concentrate, to focus or meditate on the impersonal Brahman. It is very difficult. So it is easy to meditate on the personal form of that. To reply to Arjuna's question, no, Lord is replying. It is easy to meditate on the personal form of the Lord. So who can intelligently conceive the personal form, because it is not possible for us to focus or meditate on something void. Okay, zero, shunya, voids, nothing. So Buddha's philosophy is zero, shunya, nothing is there. Then Advaita came, that is one, monism. Then then comes Visishta Advaita, that is by whom? Ramanujacharya. So Visishta Advaita is like this. This is how much it is? This how much it is?
One Prabhu.
One. Now, now,
Not different Prabhu.
so it's one and two also. It is one but two. The
But two.
jivas are separate. Okay. Then comes Advaita. Two. Okay. Then come Ajinda Bheda Abheda, but not like these two, like this. Okay. These two. So there's a difference from Shunya to one to one and two, then totally different. Achinda Beda Abeda. That's all. Simultaneous oneness but different. So like that, slowly and gradually the refinement took place. Okay. So any questions or any comments?
Hari Bol Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so we'll move to 34. ईशस्य केशान् विदुरम्बुवाहान् वासास्तु सन्ध्यां कुरु वर्य भूम्ना अव्यक्तमाहुर्हृदयं मनश्च स चन्द्रमा सर्वविकारकोशः. Sarvapalak Prabhu and Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
ईशस्य केशान् विदरुम्बवाहान् वासस्तु सन्ध्यां कुरु वर्यभूम्ना अव्यक्तमाहुर्हृदयं मनश्च स चन्द्रमा सर्वविकारकोशः.
Very bold. Translation.
Actually, Prabhu is on a call right now, so I will read.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
O best among the Kurus, the clouds which carry water are the hairs of his head. The termination of the days and the nights are his stress, and the supreme cause of material creation is his intelligence. His mind is the moon, the reservoir of all the changes.
Okay. Oh, best amongst the Kurus, the clouds which carry water are the hairs on his head. The terminations of days or nights are his dress. And the supreme cause of material creation is his intelligence. His mind is the moon, the reservoir of all change. So, how do we understand this explanation? Is it in the phenomenal realm or the physical realm? How is it? How can we understand? This is not in a phenomenal realm, but in the conceptual realm. Okay, this is but anything that is created first starts from conceptual stage, conceptual realm. Okay, if we want to make something, create something, where it is created first?
In the mind, Prabhu.
Yes, in the so that is the ideas is first coming into the mind in a conceptual stage we are making. So here we cannot physically perceive this. You know, the clouds which carry water are the hairs on his head. How can we understand on a phenomenal level or a physical level? It's not. It is very difficult. So we have to take because the time and space it varies from place to place. Okay, the time and space is not the same. What is there in our location, in our geography, may not be the same in another geography, especially in different the dvipas or different varshas or different khandas. So it's not the same. So here we are talking about the Virat Rupa, which is covering the entire universe. So from one end to the other end, it is not the same time and space. So we cannot understand. So only we can have on a conceptual level this information. When Sukadeva Goswami is giving this, the clouds which carry water are the hairs of his. Can we see? We can see the clouds. Can we see the hair of the Virat Rupa? No. The termination of days and nights are his dress. And the supreme cause of material creation is his intelligence. His mind is the moon, the reservoir of all changes. So this is how we have to understand, because the world appears real. The world, it appears real because it is on the phenomenal realm, which is just on a physical. But whatever is appearing may not be real, isn't it? Whatever is appearing to our naked eyes may not be real. Reality, whatever is observable by our naked eyes, we think that is reality. Because that's jnana and vijnana. We have read in Bhagavad Gita, I think, the phenomenal knowledge and numinous knowledge. One is jnana, other one is vijnana. So numinous is the knowledge of reality underlying the observable phenomena. Underlying the observable phenomenon. So that is there is some reality beyond the phenomenal appearance also. So it's very difficult for us to know. Whatever we see observing, it appears to be real. Yes, it is physically real, but behind that there is some vijnana, there is some underlying observable, or I mean this thing, what do you call, uh, realizable phenomenon also. So our senses are imperfect. We cannot perceive or fathom everything with our senses. So jnana is something, vijnana is something different. So when we see a certain thing, it is physically, we can see made up of matters. A table, for example, okay, it has a tabletop, it has four legs. So that is the physical realm. But on a conceptual this thing, we have an ideas how a table looks like. So with that idea only the table comes into existence. So reality is actually the reality is actually the conceptual idea transformed into a table. And on a physical level, phenomenal level, it appears to be a table. Isn't it?
Yes, Prabhu. Prabhu, we were thinking on the same note, Prabhu, like there is a blueprint for a home, Prabhu.
Yeah.
We have a plan for the home. So the plan is in the paper, Prabhu. It is just a small paper, and in this there is a lot of diagram and those things and all. So if that is a home, yes, it is a home. But if it is not a home, it is not a home, Prabhu. Actual home
Yes.
is different from what is there, you know. So something similar to that, Prabhu.
Yeah. So that is so actually, in it's very deep. It's very difficult for us to understand also. Very deep. It's very difficult because conceptual level. That is, the phenomenal, the numinous, the jnana, the vijnana, and what is our senses, how we can perceive that. With different people perceive in different ways. Okay, when you see a certain object, you perceive in a particular way. When I see a particular object, I perceive in a different way. Just like the four blind people. Okay, when they went to see an elephant, the four blind people went to see. They touch the trunk, they touch the tusk, they touch the tail, they touch the four legs. Everybody perceive in different ways. So we're all like those blind people who are trying to visualize this material existence with our own limited sense perception, uh, under our different level of consciousness, isn't it? So 35. Vijnana Shaktim Mahimanam Amananti Sarvatmano Andakaranam Giritram Ashwaswatari Ustra Gajanakani Sarve Mrikha Pashavas Shroni Deshe. Okay, Chinmay Mataji and Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, pranams Prabhu.
Pranam.
विज्ञानशक्तिं महिमामनन्तीं सर्वात्मनोऽनन्तकरणं गिरित्रम् अश्वास्वतुर्युष्ट्रगजानखानि सर्वे मृगा पशवः श्रोणिदेशे.
Translation.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada. The principle of matter, Mahat Tattva, is the consciousness of the omnipresent Lord, as asserted by the experts, and Rudra Deva is his ego. The horse, mule, camel, and elephant are his nails, and wild animals and all quadrupeds are situated in the belt zone of the Lord.
Very good. So the principle of matter, Mahat Tattva, is the consciousness of the omnipresent Lord as asserted by the experts, and Rudradeva is his ego. The horse, mule, camel, and elephant are his nails, and wild animals and all quadrupeds are situated in the belt zone of the Lord, where we keep, tie the belt, waist. So all these things are there, representing on the belt zone of the Supreme Lord. Okay. Vayamsi tadvyakaranam vichitram manurmanisha manujo nivasaha gandharva vidyadara charana sharaha apsaraha swarasmridir achuranika viryaha. Satkirti Prabhu, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Ayamsi tat vyakaranam vichitram manurmanisha manujo nivasa gandharva vidyadhara charana skaraha swara smritir ashuranika viryaha.
Translation.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Varieties of birds are indications of his masterful artistic sense. Manu, the father of mankind, is the emblem of his standard intelligence, and humanity is his residence. The celestial species of human beings, like the Gandharvas, Vidyadharas, Charanas, and the angels, all represent his musical rhythm, and the demoniac soldiers are representations of his wonderful prowess.
Very good. Varieties of birds are indications of his masterful artistic sense. Manu, the father of the mankind, is the emblem of his standard intelligence, and humanity is his residence. Celestial species of human beings like the Gandharvas, Vidyadharas, Charanas, and angels all represent his musical rhythm, and demonic soldiers are a representation of his powerful prowess. So in this, the birds are there, the Manu is there, his intelligence is and the humanity. So we are in the middle planetary system, okay, and the celestial species of human beings, like, so they are also considered all the celestial beings, the demigods are all categorized in the 400,000 human beings. We know that there are chadur lakshani manava. It's not that the human beings that live on the earthly planet. So they are also in this 400,000 also includes people or denizens of the other lokas like Gandharvas, Vidyadhara, Charanas, angels, and demigods. All. So where is there this thing in our planetary system? Okay, this is in the Virat Rupa, because Virat Rupa is the entire universe. It covers the entire universe. Okay, so where is their realm? Gandharvas, Vidyadharas, Charanas, and angels. Where are they located? Any idea?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, they are, I think, Himalaya somewhere, that Loya somewhere they are locating. In Dhruva Maharaj story, that Dhruva Maharaj's brother is there, no, Uttama.
Yeah.
That Vidyadharas or Gandharvas, somebody they killed to Uttama. Gandharvas they killed. That time Dhruva Maharaj went inside the Himalaya somewhere that side, and he killed to. They both are fighting that time. I read in that Bhagvatam, 4th canto.
Yes, Mataji, but it is not their place. They come there.
Okay.
Even in Mahabharata, we know, the Gandharvas came, and there was a war between Duryodhana's camp and the Gandharvas. They come to, different varshas of the Jambudyup, because, there are different varshas in the Plakshadyup, Ilavardadyup, and varshas. So they come there. It is their place of, picnic. They come there, but it's not their place. And all these people, they have different, picnic houses, or what is that, farmhouses, or offices in different places.
Okay.
Brahma, for example, Brahma has his own planet, Brahmaloka, but he has a residential quarters or office complex above the Mount Meru also. So these are all different realm. So here, this celestial beings are above this thing, Bhuloka, Bhuvar Loka. They are in the Bhuvar Loka.
Okay.
Okay, so Bhuvar Loka. So I was just listening. Where is the Bhuvar Loka starts? The atmosphere of this Bhuloka, where we are living. Okay, that is, it extends to as far as an eagle can fly to the highest.
Okay.
As far as an eagle can fly to the highest, that is the extent of our atmosphere. Beyond that is the realm of these people, Vidyadharas, Charanas, Angel, Gandharvas, and all. So that is Antarisha, where they stays. And we cannot see them. They can see us. They can come to our place. They can enjoy, and they go to different varshas where they enjoy with apsaras and other. That is why apsaras are also, they're angels. That is angels, apsaras.
But meaning to say that, Prabhu, when we fly in the flight, we are in their zone.
No, we don't fly that far, Prabhuji.
Mm.
The eagle will go further up.
So Jayagaur Chandra Prabhu can explain. 40,000 feet, Prabhu, our flight's height.
Yeah, Prabhu. Usually the cruising altitude is somewhere around 35,000 to 40,000, Prabhu. Usually, but I am really not knowing how far does a kite fly, Prabhu. I'm not
That's
sure
what.
about that.
Okay, bro.
No, that is so. That is their realm, and we cannot see that. Above Bhuvar. Bhuvar is it's not a planet like it is in the Antariksha where these citizens are staying. That is what you know.
On a lighter note, just for discussion,
Yeah,
if we are able to see them also, then these impersonalists will start believing something, no, Prabhuji?
we
Yeah.
cannot say we don't have that perception,
That's what.
to see them because they can see. They
Mm.
can yes, you know, they can see as they are higher beings.
Yeah, they can see it. Yes, for sure.
They can see us, even not forget about our the human being on this earthly planet was a lot of limitation. Even a dog can see certain things which we cannot see.
Yeah, see, they can see ghosts and something like that, but we cannot see.
So the creation of the god is such, even if we want to see, even people, they claim to go, they claim to have gone to moon and other planets and landed. God alone knows where they have landed.
Yeah, right.
We don't know where they must have landed in some lump of place. There are so many luminaries in the sky, some lump of mass matter. So even if they land there and they claim that that is moon, we cannot say anything because we have to just believe, that's all.
Yeah, that's what, as per Prabhupada's purport, moon is
Yeah.
much farther than the sun, he says.
Yeah, because it is 100,000 yojanas is sun and 200,000 yojanas the moon. And
Mm.
again, it differs, it varies. It is not that yojanas. Again, we have to see both conceptual and phenomenal, physical.
Yeah.
Because
Mm.
from different reference point, the yojana, the distance also differs.
Okay.
So from where you are seeing this, is it horizontal? Is it is it vertical
Vertical.
or is it
Mm.
horizontal? So everything is very difficult. So whatever the scientist says, we have to just believe it. And they will take so many photos. And in this atmosphere, there are millions and millions of planets in this universe. Millions and millions of planets, of which we can see only few planets. Even in the in the this bhumandala, there are so many. It's not one earth as we thought before. It's not just one earth. It's a planetary systems. So very difficult, but at least we know that it is difficult for us to understand. That much we know. So the atheistic sense of the Lord is manifested in the artistic, colorful creation of varieties of birds like the peacock, parrot, and cuckoo. The celestial species of human beings like the Gandharvas and Vidyadharas can sing wonderfully and can entice even the minds of the heavenly demigods. So they come to our middle planetary system. They go to the Swargaloka, they entertain there. So they are free. Gandharvas, they are in Antariksha, they are traveling. Okay. So they can go to any place. They can go to any place. Even they can go to Swargaloka, Indraloka, and then they can, by their sweet singing, they can entertain the demigods. So their musical rhythm represents the musical sense of the Lord. How then can he be impersonal? Okay. How can he entertain somebody who has no form or who has no senses? Isn't it? It's not possible. So he cannot be impersonal. His musical taste, artistic sense, and standard intelligence, which is never fallible, are different signs of his supreme personality. The Manu Samhita is a standard law book for humanity. From Manu comes man, Manushya, Manava. So he is the father of mankind. So Manu Samhita is the standard law book for humanity, and every human being is advised to follow this great book of social knowledge Human society is the residential quarters for the Lord. This means that the human being is meant for God realization and association with God. The life is a chance for the conditioned soul to regain his eternal God consciousness and thus fulfill the mission of life. Just like in a state or in a country, there are so many jails for reformation, for rehabilitation of the sinful persons. Like that, this universe is also a jail for us for reformation. So Lord has given us a chance to reform because we were rebellious. So rebellious people will be sent to jail, isn't it? Even within a society, if somebody is antisocial, they'll be put in the jail for reformation. Once they are reformed, they are sent out. Similarly, we are sent to this jail for reformation because we want to, you know, thoda hatke. We wanted to go away from Supreme Lords and enjoy ourselves. Okay, if you want to enjoy, yes, this is a place. You enjoy, and when you are fed up, you can come back. So that's why this is made Dukhalayam Ashashwadam. It's a place where Dukha is not Sukha. We think that there is Sukha. We are trying to find Sukha in this Dukhalayam. It is not possible. Okay, and we have been put in a place, it is not above, it is not below also. It's not upper planetary, it's not lower planetary. We are in the middle planetary system. We are in the middle. So that's why we have both the quality of the upper planetary people and the lower planetary also. Some demigod qualities and some demon qualities. Isn't it? Sometimes we oh, such a nice person, he behaves so nicely, very good character. And I don't know, all of a sudden, what happened to him? See, he is such a nice person, but he's talking like this. I never expected this from him. We have both the qualities because we are put in the middle. Some quality of demigods and some qualities of demons also.
Hare
So
Krishna
this,
Prabhu.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember, Prabhu, you were telling earlier that we at Earth planet are somewhere in ground floor, Prabhu. And the upper floors are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and there is sub floor also, Prabhu, like -1, minus what B, C, whatever, Prabhu, which goes down. And like you earlier said that we can only exit this building through ground floor.
Ground floor, yeah. So this is the exit point. Okay. So this life is a chance for the conditioned soul to regain his eternal God consciousness and thus fulfill the mission of life. Maharaja Prahlada is the right type of representative of the Lord in the family of Asuras. Okay. None of the living beings is away from the Lord's gigantic body. Each and every one has a particular duty in relationship to the supreme body. Disruption in the matter of discharging the specific duty assigned to each and every living being is the cause of disharmony between one living being and another. But when the relation is re-established in relation with the Supreme Lord, there is complete unity between all living beings, even up to the limit of the wild animals and human society. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu displays this living unity in the jungle of Madhya Pradesh, where even the tigers, elephants, and many other ferocious animals perfectly cooperated in glorifying the Supreme Lord. That is the way to peace and amity all over the world. So this is an example given of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he was passing through the Jharkhand forest. Even the wild animals started dancing to his tune of Hare Krishna Mantra. They were also chanting and dancing in ecstasy. So there is a mutual cooperation and what you call unity between all the living entities, irrespective of a different level of consciousness they possess. We can always, live in harmony and in unity with other living entities. Let us not disturb the ecosystem, the other living entities. Everybody, all of us are the children of Supreme Lord. We are put in different forms and shapes and bodies because of our own karma bala. Today we are in this human body. tomorrow we don't know what body will get. So one, we should not mock at or belittle others. Oh, you are in a dog body, you are in a donkey body, you are in a horse body, or elephant body, or a chandala body, or a brahmana body. No, everybody has are reaping their own karma phala. So luckily, fortunately, we are in the human body. Let us make use of it. Let us assist others also to come to this platform and take up Krishna consciousness. Satkirti Prabhu, today anybody is there for
No,
Bhagavatam?
Prabhuji. Today, no. Next week I'll arrange them, Prabhu. Sure.
Okay. Yes, so we'll continue. 37.
Okay.
Any further points in this beautiful purport Prabhupada has given? So any other points or comments? Anybody? Okay. So let us
Prabhu,
go.
Hare
Yeah.
Krishna, Prabhu. One doubt, Prabhu.
Yeah.
So, given the point that Prabhu, in higher lokas like heavenly abodes also, they can do devotional service, Prabhu?
Definitely, they are on Sakama Bhakti. The higher you go, they are doing better.
Okay.
The lower you go, and you are going away from Krishna, because totally atheistic mentality, they only know one thing, that is sense gratification. So we are placed in the middle. We are doing both. Some good people who are in the mode of goodness, practicing devotional service, others are not. But the higher you go, the chances are they are Sakama Bhaktas. They are Bhaktas, but having desire for sense gratification. They are not pure Bhaktas. So that's the difference between demigods. Demigods are empowered representative of the Supreme Lord for managing the universal affairs. They are exalted personalities, but they are not pure Bhaktas.
Prabhu, in the same way, below our loka, Bhuvar loka, are they able to do devotional service, Prabhu?
Atala Vitala, no.
Okay, which means given in the platform where anybody can do devotional service, we stand at that point where the sensual pressure is minimum and maximum pain. So the best chance to relieve this and go back to Godhead is from this sloka only, because the higher we go, the tendency will be less, Prabhu, because we'll be more involved in enjoyment, right, Prabhu?
Yeah, no, I mean, we are talking about such people, not about the other lokas like Tapaloka, Maharloka, and Janaloka and Brahmaloka. We are not talking about that, and that totally the upper planet system. They are on sages, and they are different platform. They are totally doing different yogas for satisfaction of Vishnu. But within the Sorgaloka realm, I am talking about.
Okay. Clear,
Okay,
Prabhu. Clear, Prabhu.
within the Sargaloka. That is from the sun planet to the Dhruva planet.
Mm, mm.
Okay, that is from the sun planet to the Dhruva planet are supposed to be the heavenly planets. And above that is Janaloka, Maharloka, Tapaloka, and Brahmaloka, like that. So that is totally different. I'm talking about the heavenly planets.
Correct, Prabhu.
But when you go down, it is the darkest region.
Okay.
There's no devotional service. They don't even accept the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For them, it is very difficult. So we should never, go towards that direction.
Right,
Atheists,
Prabhu.
atheists, they will go to the darkest region of ignorance. Such people. If you read the fifth canto also about the subterranean planet, the enjoyment is much more there than even in the heavenly planets, in the subterranean planets. And except that in the Shutala, where Prahlad Maharaj and Bali Maharaj are, that's a different case. It's a different realm. All other places are places of ignorance, where no devotional service is going on.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Clear, Prabhu.
Yes,
Prabhu, in this purport, Prabhupada wrote disruption in the matter of the discharging the specific duty assigned to each and every living being is the cause of disharmony between one living being and another.
Yes.
Prabhu, little explain, Prabhu.
Okay, disruption in the matter of discharging specific duty. What is the duty of a human being? If you are not following the rules and regulation, okay, given in the scriptures, for example, for human being to be called human being, at least we have to follow the four regulatory principles minimum.
Yes.
No meat eating, no illicit sex, no gambling, no intoxication. So to be called a human being, we should minimum follow this. So when we don't follow, we are, disturbing the society.
Okay.
We are disturbing the society means we are disturbing the other living beings also. So we are snatching what is meant for them, their food, which is not our quota. In Isopanishad, it said that everybody has been given a particular quota. We are not supposed to encroach upon somebody else's quota. So this is the disruption. So there will be a disharmony among society and among different living beings. So that is, that's why we have to live in unity between all living beings. I should know up to what level I should go. What is my quota? I should not disturb other living beings. Everybody has the right to live in this material world enjoying their quota. We
Okay.
should not disturb that. Then it will create an imbalance in the society.
Yes, Prabhu.
Is it clear, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
So, anything else? Okay, we'll go to text 37. ब्रह्माणनं क्षत्रभुजो महात्मा विदुरुरङ्घ्रिश्रितकृष्णवर्णः नानाभिधाभिज्य गणोपपन्नो द्रव्यात्मका कर्म वितान योगः. Okay, who else is there? Deeptimati Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranams.
Dana Pranam Mataji.
Brahmananam Kshatrabhujo Mahatma Vidurur Angrisrita Krishna Varnaha Nanabhidhabhijya Ganopapanno Dravyatmakah Karma Vitana Yogaha.
Very good. And translation also, Mataji.
Prabhuji, can you please take it little up?
It's okay now?
Yeah, it's okay now. The Virat Purusha's face is the Brahmanas, his arms are the Kshatriyas, his thighs are the Vaishyas, and the Shudras are under the protection of his feet. All the worshipable demigods are also overtaken by him. And it is the duty of everyone to perform sacrifices with feasible goods to appease the Lord.
Very good. So the Virat Purusha's face is Brahmanas. As we always know, head is Brahmanas, arms are the Kshatriyas, thighs are the Vaishyas, and the Shudras are under the protection of his feet. All the worshipable demigods are also overtaken by him, and it is the duty of everyone to perform sacrifices with feasible goods to appease the Lord. So, why the head or the face, the Brahmanas? Because they are the intelligent class, intellectual class. Okay, they are the people who advise us, who instruct us what is good, what is bad, what is right, what is wrong, how we should live in the society without creating any chaos or problems for to other living entities. Arms are the Kshatriyas, arms, who are the administrative class, who are ruling class. Thighs are Vaishyas, okay, and the mercantile class, and the Shudras are under protection of feet. They are the working class. Monotheism is practically suggested here. So what is the difference between monism and monotheism? Yes. What is monotheism means? What is monism?
Prabhuji, is that
Monism is
Dvaita Advaita philosophy?
yeah. Monism is you are God, I am God. This we are all God. Nara, you are Narayana. That is monism, the Advaita philosophy propounded by Adi Shankaracharya. Okay, so that is monism. Okay, this Advaita, not Dvaita. You are also God, I am also God. Unfortunately, you don't realize, I realize. Okay, that is actually, but although Adi Shankaracharya has brought that philosophy, but he knew very well, okay, what he has given to the followers is not the right philosophy, and he claims that Narayana is para, is not of this world, he is a supreme lord, and what do you call this Bhaja Govindam, he said. But unfortunately, people did not take the final instruction. He had to bring this philosophy of Mayavada or monism because of the instruction of the Supreme Lord Vishnu only. Mayavadam Asasastram Prachannam. Okay. Mayavadam is Asat Shastram, which is not the right Shastra, not right science. I have been instructed to propagate in that particular way for reasons. Okay, so that is monism. Monotheism means there is only one God. All are his empowered representative part and parcel. Monotheism. Only one God. It's not a joint venture, so many gods. Okay, for 1 year you take the position of God, next year you give to me, I will handle it. No, it's not like that. It's not a partnership firm. It's only one God, cause of all causes. Ishara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karana. Okay, there is no second person, one without a second. Advaita means you can, actual interpretation should be one without a second. Advaitam, no two. This is the only one. So monotheism is practically suggested here. What is that? Offering sacrifices to many demigods under different names is mentioned in the Vedic literatures. And it is there, because the Vedic literatures deals in Trigunya, three modes of material nature, according to the different levels of consciousness of the people. Those who are in the mode of ignorance, those who are in the mode of passion, those who are in the mode of goodness. So it is meant for them. So Vedic principles tells how you can slowly and gradually come to the level of goodness. So they have to give that medicine. You cannot give the same dose to everybody. So Vedic principles give sacrifices to appease the demigods, so that slowly and gradually they will come to the understanding, yes, this human life is meant for self-realization and not for sense gratification. So that is understanding. Offering sacrifices to many demigods under different names is mentioned in the Vedic letter, no doubt. It is there. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha is there. But the suggestion made in this verse is that all those varieties of demigods are included in the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So they are not independent gods. They are not competitor gods. They're all included in the same Supreme Personality of Godhead as his parts and parcel. It's not that demigods are, Lord Shiva is a competitor god to Lord Vishnu. No. That is only a fool or people with less ignorance will think that way. One god is a competitor to other god. There's no competition here. It is our misunderstanding that, this god is better, that god is better. There's only one god. The rest all are is part and parcel in different level of consciousness and different level of empowerment. So they're all included in the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They're only parts and parcel of the original whole. Just like we are also part and parcel. Just like in the tree, there is a trunk. Okay, let us say that trunk or root, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There are so many branches, the main branches and sub branches and sub branches, then leaves, isn't it? So can we take a leaf and say that leaf is equal to a branch of a tree?
No.
No,
So
Prabhuji.
similarly, the branch, let us say they're all demigods. You are empowered because on the strength of the branches, all the twigs and leaves are staying, right? So let us take, we're all the leaves. The ordinary living beings are the leaves, compared to the leaves. But the branches, the sub branches, and twigs are different empowered personalities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Similar to the divisions of the orders of human society, namely the Brahmanas, the intelligent class, the Kshatriyas, the administrators, the Vaishyas, the mercantile community, and the Shudras, the laborer class, are all included in the body of the Supreme. So they're all part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As such, sacrifice by every one of them in terms of pleasing the Supreme by feasible goods is recommended. So, we have to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When we please the Supreme Personality of Godhead, everybody else is pleased. This formula, it is given in the Srimad Bhagavatam, by Sukadeva Goswami. What he says, by supplying water to the root of the tree, all the branches and twigs and flowers and leaves, everything gets nourished. Similarly, when we supply food to the stomach, the whole body gets nourished. So when we serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead or worship the Supreme Personality, all its parts and parcel, including the demigods, whom we unfortunately think that independent gods, are also satisfied. So we have to, according to our capacity, we have to appease the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the way that is applicable to us, possible to us. So all of them are pleased. So Krishna says in Srimad Bhagavatam, Sukadeva Goswami says in Srimad Bhagavatam, Akama sarva kama va moksha kama udairidi tivrena bhakti yogena yacheta purusham param. Whether you have kama or no kama or moksha kama, in whatever is the case, please worship the Supreme Personality, yacheta purusham param. You will not be misled. Okay? You will not be misdirected. But if you worship the demigod separately, independently, without any relation to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, without understanding the right perspective, then we'll be misled. Because we're all asking for material benefits, thinking that they are the Supreme. So that's wrong. And they will give us also. And when we get, we are very happy. But after getting, how much suffering we have to undergo, that we don't see. But if we worship the Supreme Lord, what we are deserving, that only we will get. Just like when the child asks the father something, the father will see whether it is good for the child or not. Only then he will give it. But the same child takes money and go to the shop and asks, the shopkeeper will never see whether that is good for the child. He will see only the money that he receives. He will give the shopkeeper. So that is the difference. When we approach the Supreme Father, he will give us only what is good for us. He will not give everything that we ask. So that's why we don't prefer to go to Supreme Lord Krishna. We know that there is a scanning, he filters everything, then only he gives. But demigods, they don't see that. They will give their benefit, means I am glorifying him over, they are pleased. So they will give. They will not see the consequences of giving that thing, that which is asked by his followers. We know in history there are so many such cases. Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, Ravana, Kamsa, they are approached demigods like Brahma, Durga, Lord Shiva. What happened to them? But at the same time, there are different personalities like Prahlada, Dhruva. Whom did they approach? And what did they get? So these are, different lesson that we have to learn. It's not that, we are belittling the demigods. It is their position is like that. They are empowered to give material benefits. They will give. So it is our duty whom to approach. We should know what is our destination, what is our goal. We want to remain here in this material world, or we want to get out of this material world. So that we should make that clear. Accordingly, we have to practice devotional service. So generally the sacrifice is offered with clarified butter and grains, but with the progress of time, human society has produced varieties of goods by transforming materials supplied by God's material nature. Human society therefore must learn to offer sacrifices not only with clarified butter but also with other manufactured goods in the propagations of the Lord's glory, and that will bring about perfection in human society. So initially the sacrifice means using the paraphernalia, clarified butter and chandan, this and that. Now we have got so many other things to offer. We can offer our talent to the Supreme Lord. We can offer our possessions to the Supreme Lord. We can offer our positions to the Supreme Lord. We can offer our relations to the Supreme. Anything and everything is possible if you have that, that surrendering mentality or offering mentality. That's why Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, "Et karosi et asnasi, et juhosi dadasi, et tapasyasya kaundeya, tat kurusha madarpanam." Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you give in charity, everything you surrender unto me. I will purify it. So the intelligent class of men or brahmanas may give direction for such sacrifices in consultation with the previous acharyas. The administrators may give all facilities to perform such sacrifices. The Vaishya class or mercantile community who produce such goods may offer them for sacrifice. Shudra class may offer their manual labor for the successful termination of sacrifice. So this is how every classes of society help each other in pleasing or in performing sacrifice to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It's a mutual understanding. Even in the material realm, in the office, material office, in a department, it's not the one-man show. It's a teamwork, isn't it? There's a manager, there is a, below that there's an officer, there are some other staff who cooperatively work for the benefit of that particular team. One person say, no, I will not cooperate. Will that happen? No, it will not happen. So it's cooperation from the top level to the bottom level is required. Isn't it? So like that, here the cooperation of all the classes of people starting from Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra are required for the successful termination of the sacrifice. So thus by the cooperation of all classes of human beings, the sacrifice recommended in this age, namely the sacrifice of congregational chanting of the holy name of Lord, may be executed for the common welfare of all the people of the world. So the sacrifice of this particular yuga is Nama Sankirtana, congregation chanting of the holy name of the Lord. Okay, this can be executed nicely with due cooperation by all people, all classes of people. So this is what Prabhupada gives wonderful purport. Hare Krishna. So any comments or anybody wants to share?